Welcome back to another video for the Linux with SQL series. In this video, I'm going to be completing an SQL join, something very simple, but also straight to the point as well. So typically as a security professional, we'll often find that you need data from more than one table, right? Especially during an investigation or something you need to find to connect a few dots right now. Previously, in another video, I talked about how a relational database, it's a structured database containing tables that are related to each other, right? Now, what an SQL joins is, which is kind of similar, it enables us to combine tables that contain a shared column, let's say. So this is typically helpful when you need to connect information that appears in different tables. Now, what I'm going to do is actually use those SQL joins to connect separate tables and retrieve needed information. So let's go ahead and paint the scenario. So what I'll be doing is investigating a security incident that compromised some machines. Now, I'm responsible, or at least the role that I play on my particular team, I'm responsible for getting the required information from the database for the investigation. I'll be doing a few things like using inner join, using left and right joins as well, and also using inner join again to get a list of all the login attempts made by all employees right through who are in the enterprise. So nonetheless, I'll go ahead and get started with the Maria database data. I can't talk apparently. So in the Maria database shell that I have open here, so we could go ahead and get started. So first, what I'm going to do is actually match the employees to their machines first. So just going to select everything here with star machines. First my n, and we see that that's quite a few, 200 rows. I mean, who wants to sift through that? We're all about efficiency, right? So I just note, at least initially, that the query is not necessarily sufficient to perform the join, retrieve the information that I need. So what I'm going to do is actually perform an inner join between the machines and the employee tables on the device ID column. Actually, so you can see the device ID column and the employees table, well, not the employee ID, but the employees table in general on the device ID column as far as here. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and do that. Oh, you guys just watch. Again. All right. Please. Actually, let's see. I believe this is in. Let's see. Yeah, big. Let's see. Log here. Okay, actually, let's see. Perfect. All right, so now that I have that, now typically what happens is me placing the employees table after the inner join makes it the right table. Now, if the output sometimes is too wide for my shell, I would just use a different option in order for me to get um, the right configurations or the right command really to nail things down. But nonetheless, I can actually move forward with the next task, which is going to be returning more data. Now, I must now return the information on all the machines, right, and all the employees who have machines. Now, what I have to do this, or to take a look further into this, returning the data, is that I have to do the reverse and retrieve the information of all the employees and any machines that are assigned to them. So to do this, I'll actually have to complete a left join left join and the right join on the employees and machine tables. So the results should include all records for one table or the other, and I have to link these tables using the device ID column that I just showcased. So it'll look something like, well, will look like this. Let's see here. Now this, I don't forget if they should be together or separate. I'll decide. Let's see, check the name that corresponds to the anomaly. Not sure why it's not allowing. I'll figure this out. Hmm. Let's try it one more time. Not being hard, but let's try it again. Oh, I didn't do that. Right. Hmm. It's certainly not how you spell left. There we go. Not sure what the issue was before. But nonetheless, in a left joint, all records from the table that we see after from and before left join are included in the result, as you can see here. And in this case, right, all records from the machine table are also included, as I had, as far as my as far as the command that I have, right, and also regardless of whether they're assigned to the employee, not as far as the machines table. But nonetheless, as we can see, there's 200 rows, so still quite a nice amount to sift through. Now, I'm going to run another SQL query to actually connect the machines and employees table through a right join. So I must do this to get the results I'm looking for. So select again. See. Right. Right. Employees. Just double checking. Oh, see, that's reasonable because I got to spell, right? Got to spell it correctly. There we go. All right, perfect. So in the right join, as you can see here, all of the records from the table reference after right join are included, right? Now, in this case, all records from the employees table are included regardless of to have a machine in it, right? So so now I can actually move forward with retrieving the login attempt data. So let's actually go ahead and get started on that. So to continue my investigation, right, As far as the security incident in this particular scenario, I have to retrieve the information on all employees who've made login attempts. Now, to do this, I'll have to perform an inner join on the employees and login attempts, right, table so I can link them on one common username column. Right, so I'm just going to run another inquiry. So let's see, select. Inner join. Right, so um, let's see, what did I here? Oh, okay, I see why we're wrong. I see. Let me see. As I always say, it's always a user error. Let's see, user log on login attempts on employees dot usernames equal login attempts dot usernames. Let's see. Actually, let me enter this again. So I don't want to repeat it last time. All right. Inner join. Um, no, it was okay. All right. So oh, right. These are usernames. Okay. That did not work. There we go. It's always something super small. I had to specify the table name with the column name or the table column with joining the tables. And looks like it returned about 200 records, which is still quite a bit, but I still have a smaller scope. Even with me having to sift through this, I still have a scope of exactly the information that I need in order to conduct the investigation properly, right? Going through these things. And there's definitely ways to still be a bit more specific, but this is generally as specific as you can get, unfortunately, especially if you have a larger enterprise, just have to go through it. But there are other commands which I'll get to in other videos, particularly around Linux in general, as well as standard query language, and utilizing commands and tools to be able to best serve you depending on the situation, of course. But nonetheless, this brings us to the end of the video. Just for a brief recap, I've showcased practical experience using inner join, left join, and right join as far as standard query language or SQL to obtain the precise data needed for this scenario to do a security investigation, to a security incident. Nonetheless, again, as I mentioned, this brings us to the end of the video. Till the next video, stay curious, stay secure.